I don't really know what to say, to be honest. I don't know what I've just watched there. I'm kind of lost for words. It's not a great start to a YouTube video, to be honest. But Brighton come away from Stamford Bridge with just their second win in the past 120 odd years against Chelsea at the Bridge. Chelsea won, Brighton 3. I'm lost for words. I am so rattled right now. It's fucking ridiculous. To be losing to Brighton in that fashion and to going out in that way after we had lost to Man United in the most winnable fixture at Old Trafford in years is a travesty, and it shouldn't be happening. It's not good enough. We've got an injury pile up. I understand that. Suspensions. We've got players that aren't available. But at the same time, the starting 11 we had on the field today was better than Brighton's. The bench that we had was better than Brighton's. So all we can really do is shoot ourselves in the foot. And do you know what? Chelsea came out and played nice football today. Chelsea came out and started the game well. Enzo Fernandez scoring within the first 25 minutes, and consistently from the start of the game we were looking creative. I said that I wanted to see us put the pressure on Brighton early doors, start the game on the front foot, and that's exactly what we did. We looked creative. We didn't massively look like we were missing Cole Palmer, who's obviously an instrumental part of our team. And I'm not going to sit here, no one's going to get the violins out for the Chelsea fans at the fact that we've got a spine of our team missing. You know, we've got Levi Colwell out. We've not got Tosin Adarabioyo today. Wesley Fofana today. We've not got Liam Delap, our number 9 signing that definitely would have been used. But also we'll get on to the way that our players are being used. We started with Enzo Fernandez in that sort of 10 role, an extra man in midfield, and it looked like it was working at first. 25 minutes in, he opens the scoring. Reece James with the assist. Enzo Fernandez with the header. We go one up. My call to the team at that time was to attack, keep going and getting goals, because do you know why? I didn't want to say it, but in the back of my head, I knew that this team are a little bit mentally immature. And that results in bookings. It results in red cards. And that's exactly what we've done. And I just feel for the Chelsea fans, man. Everyone knows that match price tickets have, or match ticket prices have gone up, I should say, this season. You know, it's if you're living inside the UK, you know that we're in a climate today where things aren't as affordable. It is harder to go and to support your team and to support your club live from the stands. And for the away day fans that would have made the trip to Manchester and then been at today's game, you know, they've seen the same thing happen twice in a row. And that is us sent down to 10 men. Obviously, look, after the Enzo Fernandez goal, I feel like we sat off a little bit, but I still felt we were pretty dominant. 70% possession would suggest that. Still more shots than them in that meantime. But what was happening in the interim was Minter was having a really good game. He was giving Cucurella a lot of problems, and he was having quite a lot of success, actually, against Cucurella. Although Cucurella was tackling him at times and having success against him at times, there was a real battle going on there. But Minter was playing really well, and Brighton were looking to be starting to be a little bit threatening. But let's be honest, it wasn't really until, the hour mark or something like that they actually had a good chance at goal. And it's funny because Danny Welbeck came on. I think it was about the 77th minute, right? That he scored. Was it the 77th, 78th? Danny Welbeck came on, and anyone that was in the live stream watching along with me, I said, I'm fearful of this. I'm really fucking fearful of Danny Welbeck, right? And that sounds ironic, doesn't it? It sounds fucking moronic at times. Danny Welbeck's well past his sell-by date. But at the same time as that, I just get fearful when he comes on against Chelsea, because I know that Danny Welbeck can do good things against Chelsea. I've seen him have good performances loads of times against Chelsea. And it's what they call the curse of the commentator in football, because within 10 minutes or so of him coming on, he gets that goal. But let's speak about the red card that led to it. We really, really do need to speak about this red card, because when you look at it, right, there's always going to be the blame game here. Trevor Chalaba, he's the one that gets the red card. Did I think it was a red card? I don't know. I don't know. Live in the moment, I didn't feel it was a red card. No, I didn't feel like the contact was enough. When we got shown the replay from a certain angle, I did feel like Trevor Chalaba's foot got around the front of Gomez's foot, and therefore you could appeal that was what made him lose balance. And look, I'm not just going to be biased. I'm not going to sit here and argue it. And also, what I'm not going to do is ignore the fact that, red card or not, Chelsea should be beating Brighton, and we should have been more than one goal up at the time of that. We really should have been. Now, that's the second game running we've got a red card, but I don't want to put every single bit of the blame on Trevor Chalaba. It's shared equally, isn't it? It's shared equally across two men, and that is Andre Santos and Trevor Chalaba. I feel for both of them. I feel that just before VAR, which, as I said on the stream, is the worst thing to happen to football in my lifetime. I absolutely hate VAR. Listen, the match against Lincoln City was shit, but at least against Lincoln, there was no VAR there and the match flowed better, and the decision was the decision when it was made, right? But VAR intervenes once again today, sends Trevor Chalaba off, and we're down to 10 men. But the ironic thing is, the sending off for us to go down to 10 men happened, in my opinion, partly because we had 10 men on the field. For anyone that was watching the game live, will see that Reece James had a hard landing after competing for a duel in the air. He comes down. It's a nervy moment. Heart in our fucking, I don't know what the expression is, but, we were shitting ourselves, basically, as Chelsea fans in that moment. Because when Reece James goes down, it don't look good. He comes off the pitch just to be quickly assessed, and that is when Andre Santos, who had been having a good game up until that point, let's be honest, yeah? Let's not rewrite a narrative. He'd been having an alright game up until that point, Andre Santos. He then has to go makeshift into that role, and then he literally gives away the ball, and Trevor Chalaba is forced to do something, to try and get something on it. In the moment, I thought it was a legitimate challenge. I really did. Upon watching it on VAR, I can see how it's given. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit people. Maybe there's some people in here that would like me to, back us a little bit more in this situation. And don't worry, because I'll get onto that. But in the moment, I didn't think it was. Once seeing it back on VAR, I can see why it's given. I've seen them not given. You know what I mean? It's one of them, swings and roundabouts. Sometimes they go for you, sometimes they don't. But we've got to talk for a second game, or second league game, I should say, running about Enzo Maresca's substitutes. Now, obviously, Andre Santos, he's the one that's made the mistake. He comes straight off for Joshua Changpong. No surprise there in seeing that sacrifice. I thought it'd be Esteval that came off, to be honest. I thought he'd go more defensive. He subs Andre Santos off. Joshua Changpong comes on. After that, on the hour mark, Esteval Willian comes off for Malo Gusto. What fucking good is that going to do? What good is that going to do, honestly? I hate digging out a Chelsea player, man. I don't like to do it. And look, blame has to be shared today, massively more so than on anyone I'm about to say, than on Andre Santos and on Trevor Chalaba. At the same time, I think there's context behind both of it, behind both of their contributions there, or lack of contributions there, or how they affected the game there. But bringing Malo Gusto on is the wrong move. Malo Gusto does fuck all for us recently, in my opinion. He's not done well for us in a long time. I've said it a few times before. I don't want to see Malo Gusto coming on as if he is the answer to our attacking needs. We've just had a man sent off, right? Obviously, yeah, Malo Gusto is brought on, I believe, before. He's brought on before the goal. So he's brought on when we're still 1-0 up. And you could go, okay, well, he's bringing on a defensive substitution. If we hold out and we win the game 1-0 with 10 men, then it might look good. But I knew what was going to fucking happen. I knew we were going to concede. And bringing Malo Gusto on there isn't the right option, because you've brought him on more or less as an attacking player. You've brought him on as an attacking threat. What's your favourite Malo Gusto goal? Can you name one? I can't, because he's never scored one for Chelsea. I don't think he's even had a fucking shot on target that I can remember for Chelsea. So why bring him on there? We had a fucking transfer saga over the summer for Xavi Simons. We ended up getting Garnacho. In the end, I thought, alright, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe we stumbled upon a recipe for success and Garnacho will end up being good for us. Well, who knows? because he doesn't get a look in. He's doing shuttle runs across the halfway line from about 30 minutes into the game. He never even gets subbed on. And we're relying on a moment of individual brilliance towards the end of the game to pull us out of it. And yeah, Reece James nearly popped him up with it. But Malo Gusto ain't the answer there. He ain't the answer there. I don't know, man. I don't know. After that, obviously, you had a double substitution. Hato came off. Neto came off. Lavia and Badiashile come back on. When I speak about immaturity, naivety of the team, there was an incident with Malo Gusto where I believe we were, in some circumstances, off the back of how VAR have treated this team, lucky to not give away another penalty, really, because Malo Gusto, unintentionally, completely unintentionally, right? He kicks Minter in the face. He kicks him in the head, right? Now, Minter's head is like this, in a very unnatural position. So I agree with the decision of VAR that it wasn't a penalty and that Malo Gusto shouldn't have been penalised. But what I also think is that Minter has his right to go to the ground because he was kicked in the head, right? When he goes to the ground, Benoit Badiashile, if you play shit, it's all right. It's not a problem for me. It's a problem in terms of for the club, but it's not a problem for me because you haven't played in so long, right? But when you do what Badiashile did there, which was he tries to drag Minter up off of the ground as if, Minter's rolling about and making a mess of things. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section, people. Maybe it was my view that I had and I saw it wrong. But Minter got kicked in the head, yeah? At the same time as saying that, I don't agree it's a penalty. So VAR made the correct decision in that moment. But for Badiashile to then try and drag him off, you need to have your head in the game, mate. This guy is down from a head injury. You're trying to drag him up. Why are you trying to drag him up? Probably because we want to get ourselves into a position where, we're chasing the game and we can get a goal there. But you shouldn't be doing that because you could, that could be a red card offence there. Yeah? Games get stopped for head injuries. If there's a suspected head injury and someone's down on the floor, you do not go over and drag them off. And that's why Robert Sanchez straight away goes over and grabs Badiashile and rips him away because you don't do that. You don't do that. Leave them to it. Don't do that in that moment there. I said Welbeck I said when he came on, I'm fearful of Welbeck, and I was right to be because he scored against us. He's the one that... He equalises it, doesn't he, Welbeck? I've lost my head here, man. I'm going to have to even fucking check. Welbeck equalises. Who even fucking made it 3-1? I don't know. I don't care. Brighton going front on 92nd minute? Something like that. I don't know, man. I really don't know. The thing is, with the Man United game, it was an anomaly, yeah? We ain't been in that position before, so I get it, I understand it. Mistakes have been made, but now you've been in that position where you've gone down to 10 men, and what have you done again? You've not made one offensive substitution. You've not made an offensive substitution even once we're chasing the game. It might be 10 men, but with Chelsea fucking Football Club, we're playing at home. Give the fans something to see. Give the fans something to look at. Give the fans some hope, but you don't. You take off any goal threat that we have in the team. João Pedro's forced to basically play in midfield all game rather than playing as a number 9, which is what we thought we were going to see from him. And we lose our second game on the bounce to Brighton at home. Our next league match now is Liverpool, I believe, isn't it? It is. Obviously, Benfica, I'm there on Tuesday. But, yeah, next we've got Liverpool at home in the league. What's the centre-back pairing going to be for that? Badiashile and fucking Achampong against Liverpool. Against Isaac, Ekitike, players like that. Immaturity from our players. Immaturity from the manager. Bad substitutions there from the manager. There's always context behind these things, and I like to try and stay as level-headed as I can to be able to give the context behind these things. And the context is we've gone down to 10 players in each match, and Enzo Maresca isn't the one that got sent off, is he? He's not on the field. He's not the one that got sent off. So I don't even want to use the word sympathise. I want to use the word I understand that he's in a bit of a predicament in that situation, but I can't understand, your substitutions, your changes, the way we're playing then. Every time Malo Gusto got the ball, Brighton were attacking us because they were trying to win the game. So Malo Gusto being the right-hand side creative outlet, it should have been Garnacho, by the way. Wait, it should have been Garnacho that comes off the bench. He's going to be now thinking, why the fuck didn't I go Napoli or something like that? And also, not that this should be a problem with a player that's getting paid good money and we just paid a transfer fee for him, whatever, but his attitude might not even be that good when he comes back into the team now because he's feeling that Enzo Maresca doesn't even fancy him. You know what I mean? Doesn't even want him in there. He has him doing runs up and down the halfway line, doesn't sub him on. We're looking for a goal and your attacking threat's Malo Gusto. He has the chance to counter-attack 2-3 times. What's he do? Slows it down, passes the ball backwards. Slows it down, passes the ball backwards. Slows it down, passes the ball backwards. I'm fucking sick and tired of seeing it. There's only one man we can hang our hat on there, and that's Reece James. And Reece James, by the way, had a penalty claim. VAR saw nothing in it. But the thing is, if you show us as the fans the replay on the TV and you let us analyse it and you let us see it and you have a little check of it, then fair enough, maybe we can draw a conclusion. But how can we draw a fucking conclusion when we don't even get shown it? We got shown the incident that led to the red card for about 10 minutes. That's why there was 11 minutes added on to the game at the end of it. But we don't even get shown the Reece James one at the end, which I thought was a penalty. You lot can tell me if you've had a better view of it and didn't think it was a penalty, but I thought it was a penalty. We don't even get shown it. But at the end of the day, this is Chelsea Football Club. So I should not be sat here now complaining about VAR. I should be having a little word about them in a game that we've won 4-1 and saying that goal for them shouldn't have stood because, you know, VAR got it wrong there. But not in a game where we lose 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. What's going on here, man? What's going on here? We beat PSG 3-0. You know what I mean? Look at our end to last season. And I'm not ruling out the possibility now that this season doesn't go well. Still back us to get a top 4 finish. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I still back us to get a top 4 finish. But it's not fucking looking good at the minute. And serious questions are starting to be asked of the players, the maturity of the players, not the desire so much, but the intelligence of our players. And then when you look at the board, the recruitment. Enzo Maresca said one thing. He said one thing that will always stick in my mind, and that is that he feels we need a centre-back. We didn't go and buy one. We didn't go and get that centre-back. Don't tell me Hatto. He's more of a left-back, to be honest. He played centre-back today. He was all right, whatever. But we didn't... He said this after we'd signed Hatto, by the way. Hatto was brought in before. He said this after. We didn't go and get that centre-back that Enzo Maresca was asking for. And now look. What's our centre-back pairing going to be against Liverpool? Buddy Shield doesn't deserve to be playing at centre-back. He's not good enough. So maybe you'll go with Changpong Hatto. That's going to hold up well, isn't it? That's going to hold up well. I try and be as positive as I can, but there's not too much to be positive to be all about today. So it is what it is, people. Listen. Chelsea have took up another afternoon of mine, another evening of mine, another day of mine where I could have been spending it with my newborn, with my family, doing stuff like that. And I don't care, mate. I don't care because... win, lose or draw, rain, sun or shine, I don't care. I will always back this club. I will always support my team and I will always love this club here. But at the minute, what we're seeing is fucking shit and it needs to be improved on. Eyes are on the players. Eyes are on Enzo Maresca. Eyes are on everyone right now. This needs to be improved on. This ain't good enough, man. And if we carry on playing like this, with this naivety, we'll break a Premier League record for the most amount of red cards in one season. We've got 2 now already in the first 6 games. It's ridiculous. It's getting pathetic. It's stupid. Shouldn't be losing to this calibre of club. And if we can lose to Brighton, we can lose to Liverpool. If we can lose to Brighton, we can lose to Forest. They don't look good at this moment in time. I expect big fucking things against Benfica. Otherwise, serious questions are going to need to be asked. You lot let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you all in the next one.